I'm really shaken right now, so I'm going to try to write just the essentials. I'm 19 years old and I grew up watching my parents together. They went through a lot of ups and downs, tough times, good phases, trips, holidays, always as a united family. They had been married for 20 years. My dad came from an extremely poor and emotionally distant family. They never really showed him any affection. In fact, it was my mom's family who basically adopted him and gave him the kind of family structure he never had. Even though my mom and I were never truly welcomed at his family's gatherings, he would always make a point to go whenever he was invited. My mom held everything together when he quit his job because he felt unappreciated. He was unemployed for almost a year. Then during the pandemic, he worked 2 jobs but was laid off again. Eventually, he got his current job in another city and only came home on weekends. Last Thursday, I went to ask him to drive me somewhere and noticed he was speaking in a very low voice on the phone. That raised some red flags. When he went to the bathroom, I checked his phone, and that's when everything turned upside down. I found several messages between him and another woman. My stomach sank like never before. On the way back, I asked him who the woman was. He said she was just a coworker. I told him I had seen the messages. He lied and said I was making it up. But I know his face when he's lying. And he was. Later that night, we went to pick up my mom from work. I couldn't even look at her. A few hours after we got home, she noticed how off I was. She insisted I tell her what was going on. She said, "I've known you for 19 years. Something's wrong with you." That's when I felt I had to speak up. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I couldn't even look her in the eyes, but I told her everything. I told her my dad had been messaging another woman. She confronted him, and again, he denied it. Said I was making it all up. After a very tense night, he finally confessed. He admitted he had been involved with this woman for about 5 months. He made up excuses for everything, but my mom didn't want to hear any of it. She kicked him out of the house. Now I don't know what's going to happen to us. My mom will probably have to sell the house and the car. She's always worked so hard, skipped lunch some days because of her job. She didn't deserve this. Since then, I've been torn between 2 feelings. One is bad, feeling like I'm the reason their marriage ended. The other is good, for having the courage to tell my mom the truth. But honestly, our lives have become chaos, and I just really need to hear something that can help me make sense of it all.